Hello my dear viewers, in this video we are out at the Queens County Farm Museum, which is located here in Queens, almost by the Long Island border. This place is pretty cool because you get to experience a tiny bit of a farm life in a busy modern city. And get this, the entrance is free. So for instance, if you have kids, this is a really great place to hang out, do something not just fun but also educational at no cost. So as you see, one of the first things that catches your eye as you walk in is the farmhouse itself, which dates back to the 1770s. Well, not the whole building, just a section of it, as it was added to and expanded over the years. But still, it is pretty cool to see the old architecture. And one thing I did not know about this farm is that in 1900, it was the second largest farm in Queens. Until this day, it is still operational. Therefore, I recommend coming here in the summer or the fall, as there's a lot of activities for the kids and you can truly see the farm on the full display. As now it is winter, so everything slows down a bit and awaits the warm weather in the spring. Behind the house, there is an operational windmill. This is a replica of a windmill that used to stand here about 100 years ago. But still, I think this is the only working windmill like this in the 5 boroughs in New York City. And it is used to water the crops. And the other thing is, you see it moving. It was actually very windy and freezing on the day that I went. And guess what? I forgot to take my gloves with me, so my hands took the hit on this video. And I learned my lesson not to leave my gloves at home. After all, I am not in high school no more, and there is no need of trying to act cool. Those were the days when you are younger and there are like icicles forming under your nose and the body is going into a cold shock, but you are trying to play it cool in front of your friends and you're like, it's nothing. What? I haven't even noticed the wind. Yeah, now I'm older and wiser. Give me the biggest, warmest gloves you got. Behind the farmhouse, we have few buildings like the educational building on the left. Many activities and programs are organized here, again, not just for kids, but also for adults as well. But behind all of this, check this out. They have a nice collection of older tractors from like the 1940s and 50s. And these are so cool. I used to be interested in only things like cars and airplanes. However, more and more, I'm also being pretty excited about farm machinery, like tractors, for example. They have such an interesting history. The first tractor you see here is a Fordston from 1925. And there are small information cards in front. So yeah, I'm not nearly as smart as to know exactly what year this tractor is from. But what is really interesting is that Henry Ford is a well-known name, the founder of the Ford Company. However, Ford also started another company with his son, Edsel, which built tractors. It was called Henry Ford and Son. And out of this, you have Ford plus Son equals Fordson. Maybe it's just me, but sometimes I find the origins of these names really interesting as well. But in the beginning of the company itself, many of their first tractors were actually sent to Britain as Europe was fighting the First World War. So what happens many times is students study wars and conflict, and everyone these days always focuses on numbers. How many airplanes a country had, how many tanks, and so on. However, a lot more goes into winning a war. For instance, the doctrine you have, how essentially you use your military, the generals commanding, the industrial capacity, can you replace lost or broken equipment, and even things like shoes and socks and tractors to help with food production. Not to mention, we can also talk about tractors and their connection to the Great Depression of 1929. Therefore, taking something as simple as a tractor, as a professor or a teacher, you can actually build a whole semester worth of information to teach to students, and in it you'll actually be covering a lot of time periods and very important historical events. And as you see all around on the walls, not just the tractors themselves, but there's also kind of some interesting older farm tools as well. But what the farm also has is many animals. When you visit the farm in warmer months, there are plenty of animals to interact with. Now in the winter, there's a little less, and even those which are out, you can see them hiding in places to escape the wind. Except this guy, he seems to be playing it off like it's nothing, like he's cool. And here we walk to the back, so we're standing now in the back of the farm, where you can clearly see all the fields where vegetables, herbs, and flowers are grown. And in the summer, it looks really nice. If it wasn't for the buildings in the background, it would feel like you are miles away from the city, somewhere in the countryside. In the summer, right here is also where some of the animals are kept and have a lot more room to run around. Although even now there are some sheep and pigs and lots of chickens. Hey, with the egg prices going up these days, all these chickens here are becoming very precious resource. Just 2 days ago, I went to the store and I bought eggs for $8.50. That's 12 eggs for $8.50. Once we will start paying $1 per egg, I will need to get a second job. Maybe I will even have to start taking this whole YouTube thing a lot more seriously. But the chickens also remind me of some of my students. So these guys are all of a sudden interested in me because I have some food to give out. The same with some of my students at the end of the semester. All of a sudden, I am the best professor in the world. Well, damn right I am, but that still does not take away from the fact that you did not do anything for 3 months, and you are certainly not getting an A no matter how much you suck up the last week. And as we make a loop back to the starting point, we also come across an apiary. Now, at this point, hot tea with some of this honey from the bees to warm me up would really hit the spot. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this very short video for this week. And for those of you who are my regular viewers, or even those of you who have made it this far watching this video, good job, by the way, as I never actually went through my own videos. Honestly, I really do not like my voice. So believe it or not, I never actually watched any of my lectures or YouTube videos. I mean, I did 10, 15 second intervals, but not from the beginning to the end. But anyway, last few days I really thought about this whole YouTube thing, and my first year doing this, I never really considered very seriously the possibility of doing this in a long term. But I will be honest, I kind of got used to making these videos and just chatting through my thoughts and ideas, and even interacting more and more with those who watch them. So I decided to abandon these thoughts about what to do with this channel going forward and just, make videos and have fun and learn things along the way. I mean, for example, a year ago, I never really edited a video in my life. Now I still suck at it, but at least I have a much better understanding and knowledge about it, and so even on that level, it was a very educational experience. That being said, next Sunday, I will not be posting a video, as in the next few days, I will finally be getting my new phone, which I pre-ordered a while back. So I will have a very good camera. I just ordered a stabilizer for my phone as well. So since I will be continuing making videos, I guess I will need the proper equipment to do so. In the meantime, people are telling me to start promoting the channel, do more social media stuff. But I'll be honest, number one, it's just not my style to advertise myself. Honestly, I hate doing it. It's just not me. And number two, if I am going to start using things like YouTube Shorts or TikTok or something like that, it will just drain a lot of time away from me, and I'm already sometimes pushed to the limit. Therefore, I'm not gonna do so, but if any of you feel this channel is good, or you know someone who will be interested in seeing different places around New York, getting my thoughts on education, college, teaching, then spread the word, send a link, as this year I will start doing all of that and begin having more like these vlog videos, so you get to know me a little bit more as well. And once the summer comes along, I really have some special, unique places already in the back of my mind. Therefore, if you can, spread the word. Other than that, I will see you all in 2 weeks in another fun location somewhere in New York. I'm not sure just where yet, but I'll figure something out. Until then, stay safe. Bye-bye.